Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. Welcome back to Decan Walk 2023. This is Capricorn Decan 1, which is actually the last day of Capricorn Decan 1. We have here, let's look at the wheel. It actually started December 22nd. Let me look. Yeah, December 22nd to December 31st. So tomorrow is the last day of Capricorn Decan 1. And the card for Capricorn Decan 1 is the Two of Pentacles. I've actually done a lot of research into this card because the tarot is always telling me to find my balance. So I find that interesting. So it's kind of one of those secondary cards I kind of look for now in tarot when I'm purchasing a deck or whatever. It's not a deal breaker, but it's kind of a card I look to. And since we are a Capricorn, it is now the Devil card. Represents Capricorn, and I've only ever known one Capricorn in my life, and he was the Devil. So to me, that makes sense. I hope I don't offend anybody out there that's a good, nice Capricorn. I've never met one. And then we have it's in Jupiter in Capricorn, and Jupiter is the Wheel of Fortune. And I find that ironic because the Wheel of Fortune will be my card of the year for 2024. Based on my birth date and the numbers and all that. It's the card I'm going into from the Hermit. I did read the book. I'm not going to go into the book again because we're on the last day here. I just want to show y'all some pretty cards and my thoughts on some of the cards. So I don't really like the Devil card. I've never really connected with it. But I do have two here that I think are awesome. This was from the Tarot Grin Lux. And it just reminds me of like Lost Boys, like the 80s vampire-y, pretty cool. That everybody wants to be a vampire because they want to live forever, kind of nostalgia for me. It literally makes me think of the movie Lost Boys. So I thought it was pretty cool. I just think he's cool. Cool Devil. And that was from the Mass Market Tarot Grin Lux from Tarot Marchetti. And then from my Wheel of the Year, I just threw it on the floor. My Wheel of the Year deck. We have the Devil here, and it's just they're in a fire. They're getting consumed by the fire. They're getting consumed by these plants that have cut them all over. And yet they don't see beyond their own lusts. And I just think that was very fitting for how I see the Death card or the Devil card. So that's my two favorite devils. And then we have the Journey of the Sacred Bee here, of course. We have the Devil here, and there's, yeah. And then we have the two of Disc in this. It's change. And to me, the Wheel of Fortune is all about change too. So it's kind of a double whammy that we've been in here. And then the wheel, which is it shows Jupiter, and then this is Capricorn. I love this deck, and it's just a Thoth version of, and I've used it all year long during this Decan Walk. My really favorite Two of Pentacles is from the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. And I just love how real it looks. Like, it looks like it's green water. And I don't know why, but that feels so real to me. But it's a beautiful card. And it of course it's got all the stuff there for RWS. So, it depicts the Two of Pentacles beautiful. The Two of Disc. And I just love it. And then I have a whole bunch of wheels because, of course, I've already kind of done a dive into my card of the year next year. These are always been, since I've had these specific decks, my top favorites of the Wheel of Fortune. And I find it interesting that they're like, okay, so here we have the Bone Stone and Earthflesh Tarot, which shows the the Wheel of Fortune, and it's the three fates weaving a tapestry, and it's going back into the earth. And it talks about the three fates in the book. And I just find that, to me, is what the Wheel of Fortune depicts. This is from the Dream Keeper's Tarot. Again, we have the fates. And then we have from my Tarot de la Nuit, the fate. It's almost like the fates again. There's three versions of her. She's got the yarn. And to me, they all speak the same language here. Just different images. And I think it's beautiful that, this, for some reason, when I hear the fates, it always makes me think of the movie Wanted. If you haven't seen that, I'm not spoiling it for you, but check it out. But it is literally about fate, and there's a person that actually is weaving their fates into a loom in the back room somewhere. Like, it's crazy. And they're like, screw that. We're not dealing with this. You don't get to decide my fate. And so matters are taken, but that's the whole point of the movie. But it's a really good movie, action-packed movie. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. It has Angelina Jolie. But it's a really good movie. But that's what I think of. I almost buck that, because I'm like, no, I don't want to, have my fate in somebody else's hands. But sometimes it's the universe's way of saying, you know what? You need to stop. Just like with, what's happened to me in the last couple weeks. My card of the year is the Hermit card. And I've, at every turn, told the Hermit, no, we're not going to be a hermit this year. We're not going to be a hermit this year. And then I went up in the hospital last couple weeks of the year. And it was the universe's way of saying, yeah, you will be a hermit or you could die. Like, it's that important to take that card into consideration. So going into 2024 and the Wheel of Fortune being my card of the year, I'm literally having to stop myself and take a moment and say, what does this really mean to me? What does it really mean going into 2024 and throughout the year? So I love that. And so then we also have the Oak Ash and Thorn, which I just thought was cute. It's a little spider web. It looks like it's got the directionals on there and the word tarot in there. I love it. And then, I never use this deck. It's the Orion's Animal Tarot. And it's so freaking beautiful, but I never use it. But I'm like, I love anything Egyptian. So I had to put this card in there. It's stunning. I love this deck. I just never use it. I don't know why. And then again, we have the Wheel of the Year with all the seasons in the wheel, which I love. This is probably one of two decks I have total. I can't remember. I have another one, I think, that has all the seasons in it, but I can't remember what deck it is because I have a lot of decks. But this is the main one. I've always liked. That is cool because it has the wheel of all the seasons in it. And I just love that. I love that. So that's just some cards I wanted to show y'all. And then I'm actually doing the spread too. And I'm actually using the New Era Elements Tarot. If you haven't seen this deck before, it's by US Games. It to me is very earthy, but at the same time, it's very devilish. And it's exactly the energy for this spread. And I already did the spread. I just haven't looked at the cards yet. So we have, I printed this one off because, yeah, it's a Marlena Teresa spread. It says Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn, Two of Pentacles, out with the old and in with the new. And that seems to be my motto going forward. It says fan your deck in a circle, feel along the wheel to draw cards, push cards out as many as you like of the circle to represent changes you've made. Pull cards into as many you like, the center to represent your new internal balance. And I did the circle and pulled two cards. I did see one of them, but I didn't see the other one. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay. The first one I pulled was the Tower. And I'm like, why? So a lot of things over the last several years have been leading up to me winding up in the hospital that could have been prevented. People were actually looking into the exact issue I wound up being in the hospital for. and nobody saw it. They all missed it. And I was so, the first week I came out of the hospital, I was okay. But the second week, this past week, I've been super angry. Um, and everything happened so fast and it was so traumatizing that I didn't have time to process it. And when I did, I just found myself being so mad at certain doctors, so mad at everything in the world. And I was just like, why am I so mad? And it kind of hit me today. I did a short with the Spirit Song Tarot. Um, I just hadn't processed any of the I don't emote well. So when I'm confronted with a lot of emotions at once, I tend to get angry. And so that explains why the Tower card came up for me, because I could make everything going forward a Tower moment. And this is kind of the wheel's way of saying, you're entering this mode. You need to get out of it, snap out of it now. And then of course the other card that came out was the Eight of Wands. Swiftness is the key word here. And I'm like, yeah, it's almost like I was going down a landslide here with this Tower. And I actually have a deck where the Tower is a landslide. I was going into this like landslide of anger, and I was getting there very quickly. And it's almost like the wheel has already started doing its thing, because it's like you're going there very fast, but you could also turn that corner very fast and get out of it. It's up to you. And that's why I like the Wheel of Fortune. And in one essence, there's some things that are fated. Some things that are, you have to go through this to either pay attention or to realize what's going on or to slow it down. And I think me winding up in the hospital was the Wheel of Fortune's way of saying, I've been telling you all year, you need to be in hermit mode, and you're not doing it. You're rebelling, and you need to stop and really think about what's happening right now, or you're going to be in trouble here. And so I think this is, yes, very interesting for this week. It was very accurate. And then just like that with the Spirit Song Tarot, I told you for the last 2 weeks in that short I did, for the last 2 weeks, the Spirit Song Tarot has been like, I haven't used it in forever, like probably 2 years. And all of a sudden it's like, pull me off the shelf. And I'm like, why? You're a spring-like deck. I don't care to use you right now. I'm very angry right now. And then I pulled the one card in that deck that would have completely changed my mindset. And I'm like, and it was the Six of Swords, about changing your mindset. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then for me to pull this, it was like, yes, it's literally like the Wheel of Fortune is already, or the wheel is already changing my perspective on things. And it's like, you know what? You can go into this year like this, but it's going to stay there. Or you can choose to let it go and move on and look forward to the things that are coming for you this year that I've already got set up coming. So I just thought that was interesting. And I'm kind of glad that I wasn't aware during the Capricorn, because I didn't really start reading about it till yesterday. I was kind of glad that I was in this double, wheel moment, Tower moment, if you will. I just found that interesting that I wasn't even aware I was in this. Again, these Decans really are eye-openings for even just the energy that they bring. And it shocks me because I wasn't even aware, again, a second Decan, I wasn't even aware that I was in this devil, like angry mode with this specific Decan. And I just found it interesting that my energy matched the energy of the Decan. Once again, if anything, and I've said it before, if anything, this whole year has taught me with this Decan walk so far, and we're getting close to the end, thank God, is that I'm really starting to get in touch with the different energies of things, of other people, of other emotions, and I think that's just going to enhance the mediumship part of it, when I go to do mediumship work, because there has been that aspect of me that's been that refuses to show emotion, refuses. And I will tell you, it was probably the day we went into Capricorn 1. I actually broke down in the Walmart parking lot because I dropped an egg and broke it. And this was like a symbolism for my whole life happening at that moment. At that moment, all the things were broken. All the things came crashing down. That was my tower moment. And I was like, why am I feeling like this? Because I had just not processed all the things that happened to me very quickly in a short amount of time. Where, I mean, it was bad for a minute. And I'm glad it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Thankfully. And again, that's the wheel, working for me, I guess. It's crazy. But that is Capricorn Decan 1. The next couple, because I am going back into the hospital willingly this time to fix a couple other arteries going on. Like I said, there was, I've had breathing problems for the last several years. Found out it was, heart failure. Didn't know. And as soon as I fixed one artery, the breathing has helped way better. It's gotten way better. But there's still a couple arteries that need fixed now. And so they're going to go in on the 10th of January and do that. And I should be back at work right after that, back to doing my thing, back to being probably feeling better than I have in a decade. Because I'm realizing that's part of what got me so angry was all the things that I've been going through for the last at least probably 15 years could have also been contributed to congestive heart failure. And nobody bothered to check my heart. Nobody. And then last year they started checking my heart, and for some reason all the tests were coming back normal. And then all of a sudden it wasn't normal. And I was in heart failure. So yeah. It was crazy. And then I got COVID 4 days after I got out of the hospital, which was very light. I never even lost my taste or sense of smell, none of that. But, and everybody's like, oh, it could have been worse, but I'm still mad because it happened to begin with. So just let me be angry. And then today was the Spirit Song Tarot just kind of snapped me out of that anger. Like, okay, we're done with this. It was insane. So yeah, go back and watch that short. It was crazy. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys for Capricorn Decan 1. I will be back with Decan 2 probably in a couple days. This one and the next one I'll probably be a little late on, but I'll get them out. If all goes well in the hospital and everything works out, I will be good as new and back at it here in a couple weeks, but I will be doing some videos in the process. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. And you guys, what was I going to say? Don't forget to hit that notification. And you guys have a great night.